In the very beginning, there was nothing, just empty space. Then, like an artist before a blank canvas, God began to create, and He filled the universe with galaxies and stars. He shaped the earth, carpeted it with forests and oceans, and breathed life into every living thing. He also created the first humans, Adam and Eve, who lived in a beautiful garden called Eden. But paradise was lost when Adam and Eve were tempted by a serpent, and they broke the only rule they were given, which was not to eat the forbidden fruit. By doing this, they brought pain and hardship into the world. As time went on, the world grew dark with people's misdeeds. God was heartbroken, but not without hope, and He decided to start over. He chose Noah to build an enormous boat, an ark that would save his family and a pair of every animal from a great flood that washed the world clean. After the waters subsided, God promised never again to flood the earth, symbolized by a rainbow. Generations later, God spoke to a man named Abraham. He promised Abraham that his family would grow into a mighty nation. Abraham's grandson, Jacob, had 12 sons, and their families grew into the tribes of Israel. During a terrible famine, these tribes moved to Egypt for food, but they ended up as slaves there. God couldn't stand to see His people in chains, so He chose Moses to free them. With miracles like parting the sea, Moses led the Israelites out of Egypt. God gave them rules to live by, including the 10 Commandments, and guided them to a land He promised them. Years later, the Israelites were ruled by kings like David, who defeated giants and wrote songs, and his son Solomon, who built a grand temple for God. But after them, the kingdom split, the people forgot God's ways, and enemies conquered them. God sent prophets to warn and guide them, but their messages were often ignored. Then, in a humble stable, Jesus was born. He grew up to teach about love and kindness, healed the sick, and worked miracles that amazed everyone. He told stories that made people think differently about life and how to treat others. Even though He only wanted to help and heal, He was betrayed by one of His own. Jesus was put to death on a cross, a sacrifice for the wrongs of all people. But the story didn't end there. Jesus rose from the dead 3 days later, showing that nothing, not even death, could stop His love. Before He went back to heaven, He told His friends to keep telling His story and spreading His message of hope everywhere. The Bible, from the first page to the last, tells us about starting over, making things right, and never losing hope. It's a story of how God's love can survive anything, even when things seem to be at their worst. The Bible's message about never losing hope and trusting in God's love holds significant relevance in today's world. It provides us with a spiritual anchor and day-to-day reassurance. We hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please subscribe to our channel so that we can continue to create more videos about the teachings of the Bible. Thank you for watching.